Tankers, welcome back to another one of my videos. I am Droodle's Blitz, and today I am on a very happy note. As pretty much all of you probably know by now, Wargaming has, in the live stream, shown clips of the Sheridan, the T49 ATM, and I think it's the T92. I'm not sure what the Tier 9 is they're showing, but they're going to be bringing back the T49 ATM, which stands for Air-to-Ground Missile, which is, if you don't know what this event was, and most of you probably never were playing the game when this event came out, but it was pretty much running a T49 with a guided missile on it, which, to be honest, was the best event ever added into Blitz, in my opinion, over the entire game. It brought many players around. It was just so much fun. It actually meant a meaning in the game. It actually brought fun into the game. And unfortunately, the game just has lost a little bit of the aspect of fun currently. For me and for a lot of players, I've noticed. It's just because it's the same thing over and over eventually. I was really happy the Progetto came out, and it was quite fun for about a month or so, but after a while, I haven't even ran my Progetto in about a week just because it's the same thing over and over. And the T49 is one of my all-time favorite tanks in the game because it's just so unique. And the T49 AGTM is just once my favorite tank they ever added. It was so unique, so fun, and it was a little broken. And I liked the tank so much about, I think, a month ago or 2 months ago. I don't remember how long ago it was. But when I was making videos talking about Blitz, saying what they should do to fix the game, I made a whole video dedicated to adding the Sheridan into the game. I said the T49 is the most played tank. The Sheridan would just be a great tank to add the tier 10. Now, I did say it should be some sort of event. I'm not sure if the Sheridan is going to be part of an event, but it seems like it's going to be a tech tree tank. Or at least that's what I've been told by Martin Dogger, because actually, if you're looking in this game, I'm actually platooning with Martin Dogger. By the time you're watching this video, Martin might have posted a special tank chat video with me in it. So make sure to go check out his channel for that if you haven't seen it. And I really want to thank Martin, especially for spending time with me and dealing with me, making a video. Maybe we'll do some more in the future. But right back into the video. I made a whole, 14-minute long video, I think, saying about one idea, and that was that they should bring the Sheridan as a tier 10 premium or collector vehicle. I didn't really care, that you could only earn during that event. Now, Wargaming hasn't done that specifically to what I wish they would, but they are bringing the Sheridan into the game, which is just making me so happy on so many levels. Now, the thing that I'm not a huge fan of is making it the AGTM. I'm not sure why they're giving the Sheridan the missile. I think that if they just given it, the normal T49 gun, given it a little better aiming time, given it a little better accuracy and just, reload time, I think that would have worked out a little bit better. But they are giving it the missile, which I'm not complaining about. I'm just not sure how that's going to work out currently because I remember running the T49 AGTM, and it had 0 aiming time because of the guided missile. Now, people argue that the shell velocity is really slow, but the thing about the T49 is when you drive it into, let's say you're pushing up on somebody that's, 20 meters in front of you, you just want to snap the shell and then back behind. Now, with the T49, it's very unreliable to just snap a shell to someone because your accuracy is so bad. If you're shooting at the lower plate of a Ferdinand, let's say, that's on the other side of the ridge that just shot, you would have to aim for, 5 seconds, maybe 6 seconds at him before you can actually reliably get that shot into him. With the T49 AGTM, you could literally drive up, aim at his lower plate, shoot, and if you didn't move the cursor whatsoever, it would directly fly exactly where you wanted it to with 0 seconds of aiming time. So you could just drive up, shoot, back up. And that was just one of the most redeeming factors for me on the tank, was because you could do that, and it just completely negated the 49's aiming time for me. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out at tier 10, because if you're running a tank like a grill, imagine what's going to happen if that 49 or the Sheridan's just going to pop out, snap you back up without even aiming. Let's say if he pops out 30 meters away from you. So I'm not 100% sure on how that's going to work out, but I'm still very happy they're adding this tank into Blitz. Now, some good notes for the missile system is that it has been nerfed quite largely, especially for PC players. I am not a PC player personally. However, a lot of PC players, when the T49 AGTM first came out, would completely abuse the system, and they pretty much ruined the fun of the event. Because they would pretty much turn the tank into an artillery piece by auto-locking with the PC auto-aim controls, and then they'd aim the gun barrel up in the sky, and it would just the missile would go up, 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 and it would come around like about 5 or 6 seconds later, and it would just nuke the enemy. And because it came directly down upon the enemy, it was like zero armor. You know, if you were to shoot on the top of a tank or on the roof of a tank, that's where its weakest armor is. So the missile would just fly directly onto their tank, and you could shoot HE and pretty much just nuke any vehicle in the game. And it was just so nasty, and I'm very, very glad that they found a way to nerf it. I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to. That's probably what they were spending a lot of time thinking about, but they pretty much made it so now you cannot auto-aim on PC. It's just going to be like MOBA, where you have to use the cursor to actually guide the missile, which I'm a huge fan of. So you're actually not going to have to worry about that anymore. That is one good, really happy thing about the events. They've also said that the reload system is going to be different. Before, when you shot the missile, you started to reload immediately as soon as you fired. It's not going to work like that anymore. Now it is going to be until the missile blows up or hits target, it is not going to start reloading for you, which is smart in my opinion, because that's a really good idea. Because before, players would just camp in the back of the map, and they'd let the missile go do all the way to the front, and they just camp and they just hit every single shell. You can't really do that anymore because you're going to lose so much damage per minute. So that is one good thing about it. And also they said that they're going to decrease, I'm not sure if it was penetration or just how long the missiles can stay in the air for a limited amount of time. So that means that you can't really camp in the tanks. And that's what you really don't want. Is I don't want players to be running around these tanks that are meant to be these fun, exciting, probably aggressive vehicles, in my opinion, to be camped in the back of the map. So I'm really, really excited for this event. Overall, I am just so happy. I have been urging Blitz to add a tank like this. I've been urging them to add the Sheridan for quite some time now with private chats and other stuff, and I'm really happy that they did implement it into the game. Now, you guys have been asking if this was because of me they're doing this. There is no way they actually watched my videos. The video got, what, 3,000 views, 3,500? Bushka's videos get 20, 30, even 40,000 views. There's no way World of Tanks is even watching it. And if they had, the fact that they would have designed a model for the Sheridan and the Tier 9 and implemented all these systems within the game in a single month, it's just not possible. So I will say it is not because of me they are adding this tank into the game, but I just found it really funny that they were deciding to add the tank back literally a month after I made my video. Now, one thing I do have a question about is, are they going to be bringing the Tier 7 T49 AGTM back into the game? Because that should not be added back in. It was one of the most fun events when it did come back, but I still think that it literally does the same damage, the same penetration. Everything is the same penetration-wise as the T49 Tier 8, but it's a Tier 7, which means that you're literally just running a Tier 8 T49 at Tier 7, playing up against Tier 6 that literally cannot do crap against you. And even though they nerfed the missile system a little bit, I still feel that it's just completely unfair for the enemies. If you really go up against it. And the other question is, are they going to be giving the Tier 7, if they do bring it back into the game, the original, explosive capabilities that the original 49 had? Because if you remember, originally when the 49 came out, it could really just mess up your tank. It did the same damage and everything. The penetration was the same, but it had a lot higher equipment, or I'm not sure what it was, but it could damage a lot more stuff on your tank. You would shoot a shell and it would like mess with the gunner and the reloader and kill the commander and the driver on the tank. But they nerfed it quite a bit so that now when a T49 shoots you with an HE, it only messes up maybe one thing. If you're lucky, it barely does anything. But if you remember when the T49 AGTMs came into the event, it was the funniest thing because you'd have 3 of them rush up a hill like on mines, and just all of them would immediately ammo rack each other because of that you know, the high explosive, should I say, damaging capabilities on ammo racks and stuff. So I'm not sure if they're going to keep that or they're going to make it like the current T49 where they do nerf it quite a bit. But overall, I am ecstatic for this event. I am so happy. You guys can't even imagine. Not going to show the clip of the takes, obviously, because you've probably already seen it on Martin Dogger's channel or Meteor, whatever. They've all posted videos on it by now. But you can literally see I have 1.92 million experience on my T49. That is how much I love the tank. I think it's my second or third most played vehicle in the entire game. I don't play it as much as I used to anymore. Yeah, it's my second most played, but I don't play it as much as I used to just because the tank just really power creep has started to happen in the game. As you know, more and more powerful tier 8s keep hitting the game every year, and the T49 is just sort of losing its edge for me because it's becoming harder and harder to really do so well in the tank. But it is still a blast to run, and I'm so excited for this event. So I hope you guys are just as excited as me. And if you are, make sure to smash that like button if you do. If you don't like this event, hit the downvote button. That's actually a good way for me to find out a way if you guys do or don't like the event. Other than that, guys, as always, make sure to subscribe. And I also want to give a huge thanks to all my patrons. I'm going to start putting all their names in the description of my videos down below. So if you do want to become a patron, I'll put it in the description down below as well. But other than that, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.